welcome back to another Wuthering video. Today we're going to be covering the 2.3 anniversary patch, 1 year of Wuthering Waves, drip marketing, Zani and Ciaccona. It is amazing to be here, and finally, after I can't believe it's even going to be a year of Wuthering Waves. Of course, I've been with it for a bit longer because I was all the way back in their first beta test for global, and man, it's just been a journey. And look at how far we've come from, you know, 1.0 and the rough launch that we had to where we are now. Kuro Games really has outdone themselves, and of course it is high time we get the most anticipated character of Rinascita outside of a few others. It is Zani, baby. Just take a look at this little drip marketing here. I'm gonna lower the music for a second. My goodness, look at her go. What is it? So we're gonna go ahead and do some analysis on all of these as we do. I read, so you don't have to. Leave a like and subscribe, and let's just get started with what we're doing here. So yeah, here we go. So there's the cool animation. She has her shield, you know, that everyone's kind of suspected that would exist there in the first place, but we do get a little more with her drip bar. We're actually going to go ahead and analyze that right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have on the side over here. Also, let's go ahead and just quickly read over this. I'm pretty sure, actually no, we'll read it after because I'm pretty sure there's something different over here. So here we go. Here's the full piece of art. Oh, so good. It's so good. But anyway, what is it? So we have like some sort of, what is that over there? Looks like a giant, yeah, this is like a giant like gateway, you know, very Roman, you know, kind of architecture. And then of course we have Zani herself with the shield. And then something that people noticed, you know, is that they drew sort of an outline going this way with the mouse, and it looks kind of like a giant greatsword. And Zani being a greatsword user does make a lot of sense. However, there's also this sort of alternative form over here where we have her whole tie, right? In the original drip marketing for her, it was a lot longer in terms of like it was wrapped up in a thread, and then this is just, you know, being suited as a tie. And it seems to be she rips it off and then wraps it around. And another thing that's cool to point out is that she also has a dagger, you know, here. So obviously they're not adding a dagger class, calm down, but this is something, you know, something like a second form like Camellia, some sort of thing that she activates when she's going combat mode. And, you know, it's very interesting, right? Because Zani is not the kind of the character so far that we understand her to be. You know, she's just a bit overworked, and you know, she wants to, work will keep coming, don't forget to live a little. But let's go ahead and read some of the other character analysis of this. So right here, as we said, work will keep coming, don't forget to live a little. Zani, a serious and reliable Montelli employee, follows a strict routine and manages tasks with ease. For years, she has clocked in on time without fail, finding as much enjoyment in her well-ordered life and carefully planned moments of leisure. So yeah, and outside of the drip art, right, you know, there's obviously something going on here, and there's also some speculations thanks to other in-game sources, right? Because there's an existence of a place called Septimont, and we have not yet to visit it. However, in the background of the backdrop of the game, you can actually see buildings in the distance for some sort of Colosseum-esque thing. So I'm kind of wondering if Zani, and this is kind of a very popular theory that people have going around with her, is that she sort of lived a warrior life and, you know, wanted to settle down somewhere else, right? You know, that's why she doesn't want to deal you know, with fighting all the time. It's probably, you know, maybe it's too stressful. Maybe her going demon mode, like, you know, right here, maybe that hurts herself, who knows, right? It could be any of the sort, right? And not actually confirmed what element she is, or like, you know, attribute. Honestly, could be anything. And also weapons, we usually get those confirmed tomorrow, but what is it? So I'll just be sure to throw that in the community post. But that's kind of it for Zani, you know. Looks pretty cool. What is it? Probably a broadblade user thanks to this gigantic sword, but who knows? We'll see. Also, the knife is, you know, a little bit you know, telling in that regard, but man, she looks cool, and guaranteed I absolutely want to pull her just on looks, bro. Like, she looks awesome, and I really hope like maybe this shield turns into something cool, maybe it turns into wings, maybe it does something, who knows. Whatever it is, Zani got the stuff. But what I didn't expect, and how I always do things, is that there's always two pieces of drip marketing, and I did not expect this character to be next on the board, and that is Ciaccona. Let's go ahead and check out the animation really fast. There we go. We actually get to see her eyes open. Nice, that's awesome. Because I know in the other art she doesn't actually have her eyes open. What is it? So yeah, we get a little bit of a close-up, you know, pretty standard animation. going around here. Nothing too much to analyze actually, because they did not make a lot of movement, but still really nice to have these things regardless. Also have a different frame of reference for what they're looking at, because if we flip over to this one, like I said, her eyes are indeed closed, so hey, we get to see a little bit of, and yes, this is a character we literally just met this patch, so it's very surprising to see her already coming out to an extent. And another thing, she's a 5-star. What? I did not expect that. Off we go. May poems light the way on our path ahead. This is strange. I really did not expect them to run out another 5-star. To be fair though, it is an anniversary patch. It's going to be longer probably because we reduced the time on our current patch, and also what is it, on the anniversary people are going to want to spend, so you know. But Ciaccona is not the one I expected to be releasing. I was expecting, you know, maybe someone else to the extent, but hey, interesting character. What is it? I think people found her really funny in the quest, you know, if nothing else, even if you didn't like her design or whatnot. But I think her design is awesome, you know. Very similar to today. There's a lot of characters you know, who have like these sort of horn features or mutations, right? This is probably a tacit mutation, and one of them is actually broken off. So I mean, I really wonder what the lore is behind that. But this is, you know, probably the most like fantastical character we have in Wuthering Waves. Like, look at this flash art. It's straight up out of a storybook, dude. Like, it's so cool. And she's got her different forms of like music. She got some cymbals. What is it? I can't really tell what instrument that is, but it's, you know, it's probably something. And then of course she has her little guitar. What is it that she typically strums? So let's actually make sure we go ahead and read some of the stuff as we go back on this. Ciaccona, the Bard of Rinascita, is a free-spirited and romantic and sincere and passionate. On her journey, she sang radiant poems and saints of heroes, weaving tales of people, miracle, turmoil, and suffer along with the sorrow of death and farewell. Oh, whoa. Okay, took a little bit dark turn there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and read the other one. I'll also go back and read Zani afterwards. She quietly seeks and perceives and listens to the vibrant melodies woven into all things. With her heart as her guide, she paints these melodies into poetry and weaves these into stories and breathes life into them, granting each a newfound meaning. Okay, interesting, right? We know her ability is that you know, besides probably having like, you know, standard Wuthering Wave superpowers, you also get like the ability to like replay memories, right? You know, maybe she is, this book right here is like spewing out memories that she made for herself. But you know, outside of that, I think this one, unlike Zani, where you can't tell because, you know, she does look a little bit of an edgy character, so maybe she's Havoc because that's what all Havoc characters are, but who knows, maybe she's something else, right? But with Ciaccona, I think it helps a lot that they released a new echo set and a new attribute set, because she's probably going to be Arrow, because we have the Guts to Welkin set, which is made for Arrow Erosion, and we have Arrow Rover, who obviously works with other characters, but he does apply that Arrow Erosion, but not a lot, right? He doesn't really do it too much. So I think they want to add some sort of support when it comes to that, and the fact that she's a 5-star tells me that she's probably going to be some sort of, you know, quick swapper and or main damage dealer in the means of, you know, this sort of what is it, Arrow Erosion. I mean, that's cool, right? I think it's good that they're immediately capitalizing on these things and not just like leaving them to rot. But it is also a bit strange to get these things so quickly. We'll just really have to see how it goes. It would be really cool if her moveset was some sort of rhythm game. I've always thought about, like, you know, with these games and like how creative they can get with their forte circuits and the extra ability that they have in their kit. You could totally do some sort of rhythm game character. I mean, it would be very difficult to play, but it would be pretty cool. So it's really awesome that we are getting one more character. I was really surprised that she was a 5-star too. It's just like, is there a 4-star this patch? Probably not, who knows. But yeah, that is gonna be pretty much it for Ciaccona. We'll do one more read through for Zani. She wielded her giant weapon, gathering her strength in preparation for a strike. Energy surge converging into a torrent that coursed over her old scars and hair, leaving a faint and burning sensation in his way. Yeah, okay. So once again, running back to it, this is again, you know, kind of running more to what we understood, or at least what we theorized about Zani, is that energy surge converging into her, coursing over her old scars. So Zani probably has a really scarred past with, you know, being a warrior of sorts, right? And, you know, she just wants to live the simple life. I mean, hey, you gotta respect that, right? But yeah, sorry for a little bit of the scatteredness, but it's so exciting to, you know, I was expecting Zani, right? But I was not expecting Ciaccona. I'm like, she's probably gonna be a 4-star, you know, she's gonna do some cool stuff with Arrow Erosion, blah 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 blah, right? 5-star, beautiful art all around, like, my goodness. And just, man, Look at how far we come. You know what? We'll make it easy. Here, let's go open Wuthering Waves. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. We're all the way down to the bottom. They're getting there. Almost. There's Rinascita. There's Yinlin. Oh, I saw it. Look at how far we've come from this. Where is it? This one.
I will make.
Oh, whoa. That's not what we're looking for. Where's the drip marketing? Rah. This was our original drip marketing. Simple, effective, by the way, 720p. What the heck, woo-wah? Get better. To this. Bro. It's incredible. I'm super excited for this anniversary and all things Wuthering Waves. So, if you want to go ahead and check out what we're going to be doing on the Wuthering Waves in the coming weeks, like some of the story quests and other videos, be sure to check out my other videos. Leave a like and subscribe. And again, thank you all so much for watching and being patient with me as we go through this journey together. So, see you guys later. Bye-bye.